Can you believe it's week 52 already? Today I'm wrapping up the 100 pattern paper challenge of 2025 with a recipe, sharing how I use pattern papers without overwhelming you. Let's get creating. I have to use hearts, use some yellow, use some glitter, use a doily, use something old and a geometric shape. So I have not done very many this year, which is very sad because I thought I really would, but for the last week, I'm going to go back and do some more of the challenges and try and use up some of those papers before we roll into 2026. So these are my papers. They're Bow Bunny and they are old. So they're my something old. These come from 2017. So I think that qualifies as old. I'm also using my distressing tool, which I've had for a long time. So that's old for me. And so therefore it's an old technique as well. So I'm distressing the edges here because I just want to have a little bit of texture on my layout. Now the papers are yellow, you can see, so there you go, tick, another one for the challenge. And I am just going to fold back there, creating a geometric shape, triangular. That, of course, is one criteria as well. And look, I'm putting in a triangle using this reverse side of the other paper that I pulled from the stash that I had created at the beginning, way back in January. And I will put a link here for you to go back and check if you didn't see that video. So go back and have a look at how easy it is to pull 100 pieces of paper out of your stash for use. Now, as I said, let's get on with the process. So I'm just going to adhere the pieces onto my 1-inch frame of white cardstock, and I use the white cardstock to mat my photos. It's always great to start with a frame, and it allows me to build that base for it. Now I have a triangle, which is one of the geometric shapes, and I have the yellow, which is one of the criteria, the old, which is the paper, of course, and now I'm just going to put in some stitching just for my purposes, because I want to adhere this onto the back of that cardstock firmly. So I'm using my stitching ruler from MK from Some Assemblage Required. She has some amazing stitch tools, and this one is fabulous when you just want to put in a straight line. It also has all different designs, as you can see on this, and it is a really good quality. So I love to use this to prepare my stitched lines because they're evenly spaced and quite an easy tool to layer onto your layouts, and because you can see through it, makes it life so much easier. So I'm quickly just popping holes through my cardstock so that my stitches will be even and that they will then go round 3/4 of the layout. I don't want them all the way, I just want them to be across the yellow. Now I'm going to use some white thread here, and I'm just putting the holes in a little bit more distinctly along there so that the needle will go through quite easily. And I'm just going to do a lazy running stitch, which is very easy to do, but it looks effective. Now I will do the first few here on screen for you so you can see how it comes together quite easily by following the dots that are already there on the page for you, and then I will go off screen and complete it, as you can see there. I'm now drawing in a messy border for that yellow, that really bright yellow, and that allows that frame to be distinct. Now for the next part, I'm adding in my doily. Now that's another requirement of the recipe, so I thought I would just tuck it in to the fold there, and it is round in shape, so it's a geometric shape as well. I have 2 triangles, I have a circle, and I'm actually going to use some circle embellishment. So that's my triangle, my geometric shape involved in this layout. I have these 2 photos. They are my daughter. We were at the gardens in Lura this last spring, checking out all of the gardens that were up for display. It was a beautiful day. We went out and we were in this particular garden here where they had like a little pond and some statuary, and there was one, and she decided that she was going to mimic that statue perfectly, and I was standing on the other side, so I was able to capture her. She is a bit of a clown. She likes to show off and do silly things, which is great. Although as she's developed her relationship with her boyfriend, that side of hers gone a little to the wayside, which is a shame. She's not as posy as she used to be, which is a shame when it goes to photos, but we all grow up, I suppose. So I'm just putting some foam in, as you saw, behind one of the photos, and also behind this little tag, which is my title, Love This. This is the side of her that I love, her playful, the fun. Her creative side comes out when she is forgetful of where she is and who's looking at her, and she's just having some fun. So I've got an arrow that was also cut out of the reverse side of this paper. I'm also going to build up like a tab here, which is also from that paper. I did a lot of fussy cutting off to the side so I could put it into this layout, and I'm really liking how this is all coming together. Sorry there, I just had a bit of a cough and I just had to let that just start and catch up, and I don't want you to listen to me coffee. So I'm adding in all of these little bit of embellishments to build up clusters around the photo. I've got the arrows in place. I'm putting in these little wordy bits to add to the title. So it says love this, and then that one says wonderful. I've got all these fussy cut pieces that I've taken from a Scrap-A-Sketch printable range called Colourpop, and I thought they were perfect for this layout. And this is where another of my geometric shapes come into play. I'm putting in these two circles which follow the doily, so that allows for the 3 there. And then I'm just going to load up some flowers because it was in the gardens, and that's just going to add to the floral effect and the clusters down in behind and around the photos. So I do like the spring colors. I am using a lot of yellow here, as you can see. So meeting that criteria quite easily for this recipe. Now you can play along as well. You don't have to follow the recipe exactly, but you can follow this layout if you like. I don't mind. You can lift away. There's a few techniques involved in here. So I've got some folding. I've got a peekaboo happening here. I've got the use of a doily. I've got some clustering happening. I use some distressing of the edges there, and I've done some hand stitching. So it's very easy to pull an effective layout just by playing with your papers and your resources. And I love that I get to play with papers a little bit in more depth when I'm on holidays, because everything can be at a bit more relaxed pace, not so much in a rush to get sure that everything is done. So I am just going to use foam dots to pop up a few of these things, and there you can see I've added the hearts. So I have all of the criteria so far on my layout that is needed. The only thing I need to do is use glitter, and I'm going to show you where I use that very soon. So tucking in the pieces here, building the foliages up to give that height. It's really important in your clusters to reach high and down low and wide. That gives that continuity across your page. And making the cluster pieces touch each other so that they don't look like they're just hanging there. So that's why I'm putting that heart there, so that that wordy bit and the arrow now become a cluster. I'm now using something very, very old, and these are flat back cabochons. They are florals, and they do have glittery pieces in the middle. They're very old. I don't even know how long they've been in my collection, but I'm using up this packet of 9, which is amazing, and it was perfect that they matched the colors perfectly to this layout. So I love that I can get those out of my stash and onto a layout and into my albums. So to finish off, I'm going to put in my glittery bits now. So I'm using glitter, and I have a black glitter pen here, and I'm just adding the glitter elements to the centers of my flowers. So I've met all the criteria for this layout, and I'm very pleased with how this has turned out. It actually turned out better than I thought it would. Now, I still struggle with these pens to get some splatters happening. I don't know, it just doesn't work for me. Other people seem to manage it really easily. I'm having a hard time, as you can see. So I end up whopping that out for some Distress ink to add some black splatters to it, just to marry the black across the layout. So I'm going to put down my photo protectors, and then I'm going to use my Distress ink here, as you can see, and tap a few black splatters across that layout. And that's just to add that little bit of artsy feel to it, but also to drag the black from the stamens and the petals and the centers of the flowers, so that there is a balance to the layout. I really, really like how this has turned out. The last thing I'm going to do is on that tab, I'm just going to add who it is and where it is, so that in the future people can refer to and know who it is. And that's my layout for today. I hope I've done something to earn a thumbs up from you. Hit that thumbs up button now. Don't forget to leave me a comment, because I really will go back to you. I love when you interact with me and give me ideas and your opinions. It really makes my day. Don't forget, if you're new to my channel, I hope I've done something to earn a big subscribe from you. I really am trying to increase my subscription. I do appreciate every single person that comes back and watches, and I do appreciate my regular subscribers. Hit that hype button. Thanks for being here today, and here's my next video for you. I'll see you there real soon.